Well, we are learning more about the man who was shot and killed at a Domino's Pizza in Milwaukee yesterday. We now know he was a mentor to young people. CBS 58's Brendan Cullerton joins us now live with some new details tonight. Brendan.
The hair trapper's barbershop Dominic Carter ran is closed today. His friends tell us every single day he took a trip to this Domino's to buy pizza for kids in the community. Yesterday, he got shot during that trip.
In the Sun Belt, no act of kindness goes unpunished.
Every single day, he took a trip to this Domino's to buy pizza for kids in the community. Yesterday, he got shot during that trip. Dominic Carter's friends and family arrived to a heartbreaking scene outside a Domino's on Milwaukee's north side.
Our people was crying and they say who died. I didn't know it was somebody very close to me. That's very sad.
Kumba Keita says Carter would leave his barbershop nearly every day to buy pizza from the nearby Domino's, but he didn't buy it for himself.
He gave it to the kids. The kids who come and clean up the parking space, he gave it to the youth. He always get pizza for them.
Carter had a mentorship program with those kids and said his barbershop, Hair Trappers, references how cutting hair can get kids off the streets.
One day I saw the boys outside cleaning and I talked to him about it. He said he's trying to get the youth off the street and educate them. So he came and explained it to us. So they're going to be cleaning around the parking space.
Who thinks that one of them kids who he was trying to help, Sean Tailored him? And if you know anything about the story of Sean Taylor, the great safety, strong safety from the Washington Redskins, the Washington football team, had a Hall of Fame arc on his career, was just coming into his prime, and was gunned down by some Sun teens he had paid to do some yard work a week before. Listen, man. Listen, man. It's rough out there in the stand, man. These teens, they don't play for... I don't know for a fact that it was one of those teens that did it, but I would surmise that. I wouldn't bet against it.
One day I saw the boys outside cleaning and I talked to him about it. He said he's trying to get the youth off the street and educate them. So he came and explained it to us. So they're going to be cleaning around the parking space.
Carter co-hosted a podcast called Hair Trappers and Soul Snatchers, which talked about some of those ideals. Family members say his death leaves multiple children behind.
I'm shocked this is happening to somebody like that. That's so sad.
The Milwaukee Police Department is still looking for any information you can give them. They're looking into what exactly led up to that shooting and are looking for an unknown suspect. Reporting live in Milwaukee, Brendan Cullerton, CBS.
Milwaukee police still looking for the person responsible for shooting and killing a barber and mentor to youth in broad daylight Thursday afternoon. As Fox 6's Bill Misson explains, friends of Dominic Carter left wondering why.
Hey there, Gabrielle. That's really the big question for those that I spoke with today. Why Carter? Why just a few hundred feet from his shop here near North Lovers Lane in Silver Spring was shot just next door at the pizza shop behind me, and all in the middle of the day. On Lovers Lane, just south of Silver Spring, the lights in the barbershop, Hair Trappers, are off. Doors locked. Barber station's vacant Friday afternoon, as its owner, 35-year-old Dominic Carter, was gunned down at the nearby pizza shop 24 hours earlier.
When I saw it was him, I just sat back and I just cried. You know, it's different when it's someone that you knew. You know, it's different when it's somebody that you mentored. It's different when it's somebody that you know didn't deserve this.
It was shortly after 3 in the afternoon Thursday. Police say Carter was shot and killed here, a stone's throw away from his shop.
Okay, so it was shortly after 3. What happens at 3 o'clock? Teens get out of school. See, my detective mind, you know, would have jumped out at me if I was working this case. He helps teens. He could have gotten shot anytime. He's going there because he knows the kid's about to get out. So that's why he's buying the pizza, so it'll be hot and fresh when the kids get out. That's why he was there. Now, who would want to kill him? Some disgruntled teen? Did he tell a teen? Did he kick a teen out of his mentoring program? That would be the first thing I would look for. Was there a teen that was exiled, told not to come around, admonished, disciplined, given, some tough love, told he couldn't have something? Was there some teen situation like that with a teen? I would start interviewing other teens and be like, and asking them about that. Because that's probably will lead you to your teen gunman.
It was shortly after 3 in the afternoon Thursday. Police say Carter was shot and killed here, a stone's throw away from his shop.
He had a calling on his life. He was different.
Barbara Green was a school counselor when she met Carter.
I knew he was different than the other kids because he had dreams and ambitions.
Like running his own shop and mentoring kids, something Green says she was so proud to see.
He beat the odds. He was making it. And he wasn't just making it to be selfish. He was bringing other people out of it with him. So that's what hurts me the most, that his life was cut short and he was really making a difference.
I have to be honest and say that there would be no Heal the Hood if there was not a man like Dominic Carter in my ear.
Heal the Hood Block Party founder Ajamu Butler says Carter believed in him more than Butler believed in himself and is grateful to randomly run into Carter while out for a drink Wednesday night.
And I was able to hug my brother. When he looked me in my eyes and hugged me and said, "Brother, I love what you're doing right now. Keep doing that thing."
And less than 24 hours later, Carter would be dead.
So this guy saw him 24 hours at a night spot, I guess out for a drink. Did something happen while he was out for a drink? Did he get into it with somebody? And I'm sure people would know that that's the guy who owns the barbershop over there in Silver Spring on such and such, blah, 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 by the Domino's. But usually, see, this is my thing why I think it was a teen. Because a son man would have just came and sprayed up the barbershop and hit a bunch of customers and whatnot. And so would have a teen, but somebody who doesn't frequent the barbershop, somebody on the peripheral of the barbershop, like the teens he probably had, cleaning up outside, helping out. Maybe one of the teens was, told not to come around anymore, and he was just, lurking around. Saw a buddy going to the Domino's and went and hit him up. I don't know, something on my spirit's just telling me that when they find out who did this, is going to be one of the teens he was helping.
And I was able to hug my brother. When he looked me in my eyes and hugged me and said, "Brother, I love what you're doing right now. Keep doing that thing."
And less than 24 hours later, Carter would be dead. And hours after that shooting, police are still looking for the person responsible and need the public's help in figuring out who that may be. Police asking anyone with information to give them a call, or again, if you do want to remain anonymous, you can call Crime Stoppers. Reporting live in Milwaukee tonight, Bill Miston, Fox 6 News.
Bill, thank you.
And as we see so many times in these inner cities, hard-working brothers like the ones I feature on this channel, which is very confusing to me why I'm called names. Because the people I feature on my channel are good people, hard-working people that are gunned down by these thugs. Just to show you how much violence there is and how it affects the entire community, not just the hoodlums and the thugs. But just a few months ago, July 17th, there was another well-known, upstanding, beloved pillar of his community, barber in Milwaukee, who was gunned down just 2 months ago.
He was an example of what a barber could be.
And not just a barber, but an artist, a friend, a loved one. And tonight, his death is deeply felt. That talented and well-known barber was shot and killed in Milwaukee's Harambe neighborhood yesterday afternoon. CBS 58's Rose Schmidt is live from Holton and Center, and those closest to him are calling this a senseless act of violence.
Yeah, he was known as Jay the Barber, or Jay, and he opened this barber shop himself. This is also where he was shot and killed in broad daylight, and now the barber community wants him to be remembered.
You notice it's the brothers who make something of themselves, who don't let supremacy hold them back, don't let the legacy of slavery hold them back. Systematic institutions and systems of institutional structures can't hold them back from their dream. Those are the ones that get shot down like dogs in the street. Not the guy sweeping up the hair at the barbershop. The guy who built it from scratch. He gets gunned down like a dog at his business. And this is the second time this happened in this one city in 2 months. Just this profession.
Yeah, he was known as Jay the Barber, or Jay, and he opened this barber shop himself. This is also where he was shot and killed in broad daylight, and now the barber community wants him to be remembered. Outside of Fade Lounge, flowers and candles pay tribute to the owner, who could use clippers like it was an art form.
But that should just be taken, just like that, and senseless act of violence.
Milwaukee police say several people were in a fight near Holton and Center when a suspect fired shots. 32-year-old Yosef J. Teenz was shot and killed. Everyone knew him as Jay the Barber.
He definitely had a gift in barbering. When I tell you the barbering community has lost an extremely talented barber.
Jay used to work at G's Clippers.
When I first came to G's, he was here and he just welcomed me with open arms. I loved him like a brother, man.
Jay was G's personal barber when he worked there. He left 4.5 years ago to start his own business.
It's every barber's dream to own his own barbershop. That's what everybody work hard for. That's the American dream.
His former coworkers say he loved cars, skating, and he was about to become a father for the first time.
I just want his unborn child to know, your dad was a great man that was highly respected in the community, had a lot of friends that loved him.
I also spoke with Jay's aunt on the phone today. She said he loved to travel the world, joke around, and have fun. Reporting live from Holton and Center, Rose Schmidt, CBS 58 News.
So just in case you guys may be wondering what happened. So 2 men charged in the death of Milwaukee barber. $12:30 in the afternoon. Don Corleone Robinson, 27, and Daywan Ye Robinson, 22, both of Milwaukee, have been charged with first-degree intentional homicide, use of a dangerous weapon, and party to a crime. According to a criminal complaint, witnesses said the shooting occurred on the sidewalk while the victim was engaged in a physical struggle with 2 men. The victim, 32-year-old Yosef J. Teenz, better known as Jay the Barber, suffered a gunshot wound to the head and chest. He was pronounced dead at the scene. Police investigated the scene of the shooting and recovered 3 spent 9mm ammunition cartridge casings. The police department did a preliminary analysis of those casings and found that they were fired by 2 different 9mm guns. One witness identified the 2 suspects as the men he's known for many years, Don and Fatty. During the struggle, they saw Don raise his hands up at the same time they heard 2 gunshots. They saw Fatty raise his arm at the same time and heard another gunshot. The victim fell to the ground. 2 other witnesses saw the shooters run to a silver or gray Acura, get into it, then speed away from the scene. The witnesses described the Acura as having black stripes. So these guys killed that barber after a struggle. Fighting with... Get in the comment section. Hit the like button. Share these videos. Subscribe. Join me on Nation TV for live streams. You can definitely hit the StreamYard link and we can chat, or you can join the panel, whatever you want to do. Peace, I'm out.